Good morning, Heart Crafters. I wanted to come to you today to share with you the January card class, all the directions on how to do it. So if you're interested in purchasing a kit and doing it on your own, you'll have a little bit of instruction to do that. So I'm going to flip over to my desk calendar or my desk camera. Here we go. Woohoo. Okay. Well, this month we have some fun cards. We have 6 cards that we're working on, and the techniques that we're working on this month is heat embossing, shimmer brush splattering, and embellishing with stickles, and accenting with glitter paper and glitter shimmer trim. So let's just jump right on in here. Our first card is this cute You're not old, you're a classic card, which is perfect for a birthday for a man or somebody who might be getting up in years. So you're going to want to get your kit out. Let's see if I can I'll put this over here so you can see it. And if you purchase the kit, it's already pre-stamped for you. I'm going to get a card base. I don't have enough spaces and my hands are shaking today. So, all right. So remember, you want to have the valley is the front and the hill is the inside. So I like to work with mine open. So I'm going to go to that valley side of the crease. And I'm just going to simply start by putting on my textured paper here. We have a wonderful, I haven't used my glue in like 3 weeks. So hold on here. Let's see if I can get it going. There it comes. Maybe. Gonna have to poke it, I think. Hold on a second here. Gotta love it when you have issues. There we go. Okay. There we go. We have a wonderful set of paper, maybe. Wonderful set of papers in our, well, my goodness, I feel stupid here. It's obviously clogged. Now let me get out a new one. Sorry about this, everyone. But I prefer to use glue when I'm working on, when I'm working with paper. Well, and I don't have any here. Okay, so today we're using tape runner. Whatever, it happens. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna just put my tape runner on. Now you'll notice this side looks like denim and the other side looks like sandstone. But this texture paper is really great for adding effects to things. Then we're gonna add our charcoal rectangle. And I'm choosing to have the dark side up, but you can do what you like. And we're just centering it on the card here. Then we're going to add the printed paper. Now this printed paper is from Sweet as Honey collection, which is our collection this month. But I love this yellowy mustard color, I guess I would call it. And then I have the charcoal piece with the stamp already on it, but we need to add the accent thread, the gold thread on the back. So that's in a little bag. So get it out of your little bag. You're going to need some glue dots. I got my glue dots here. And what you're going to do is take this gold twine and just wrap it around 2 fingers. Okay, so I'm going to hold it. I put my fingers a little bit apart and then I just wrap, 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 wrap till I'm done. And then I put my fingers together and I pull it off. You can see here I have all these little loops. Then what you're going to do is use a glue dot to hold all those little loops together. Oh, I got glue dots going everywhere here. Hold on here. Okay. And then you're going to put that on the back side of your car. Okay. And now you're ready to put some adhesive on it. Now it is raised. So we're using foam tape on the back of the stamped image here. So I'm going to just use, I like foam tape when it's bigger pieces. I'm actually going to do the two ends, and then what I like to do, I don't know if it's necessary, but I like to go diagonal across it because I don't want my image to like sink, and then I put a little piece in the two empty areas. There we go. So that's how I do the back of my, and then peel that off. My tremors are bad today. And believe it or not, I am down to 1 can of pop a day. If any of you know me really well, I was having like boatloads. I can't even tell you how many pops a day. I would have 2 or 3 from McDonald's and Chick-fil-A and then several cans. It was a bit cray-cray. But I'm down to 1 and I'm drinking more water. So, but it doesn't seem to have helped my tremors at all. So then we need our little gold gems that we have here. Now, when I put on my gems, I like to use this little crafting tool by Cricut. It just helps me pick them up. And I'm going to accent in a triangle. I'm going to put 2 down here in this empty space and 1 up in the empty space up there. And I'm going to set those aside for another card. And there I have my card. Look how quick and easy that was. But this stamp set is really adorable. It makes a great card. So now let's move on to the next card. This is the Party Gnomes stamp set, which is in the core catalog. And then we're using the Smitten collection, which is a special collection for Valentine's Day this month, using paper from it, as well as Shimmer Trim and cardstock. So let's go ahead and get that one out and see how we put that one together. It's a pretty easy one, especially since you bought the pre-cut kit or the pre-stamped kit. All right, my valley is up. My valley is up. My mountain is down. And I need to turn it this way. And I'm going to simply go ahead and put, this is a new color, Capri. I'm going to put Capri down on the card base. And just, there we go. And then I'm going to take that Smitten paper. And I want to show you the back side. Here's the front. Here's the back. Look at those little Valentines. I mean, you could put that on here too. It would look fine. But I chose to do the stripes. So I'm going to put some adhesive on it and just put that right alongside the edge of the Capri. There you go. And now we have the Shimmer Trim. This is the new Wild Berry, the color of the year. And we're going to, it has an adhesive on it. The backing is clear, so you can't see it. The white does not come off. And this is a tricky thing to get the backing off. But here's my suggestion. Hold the Shimmer Trim facing you like this. And then take your finger and kind of bend it forward. And the less you try to pay attention, sometimes I don't even look, but my tremors are so bad today. It'll release from the paper. There, I think I just got it, but now I think I just put it back. There we go. There, so there it's coming out away. You can see it's not, the white stays there. It's a clear backing and you're releasing it. And then I'm just going to put that on top of, just so I know I don't cover my stamps. and put it down. Okay, now what I did to the little gnome is color him. Now what I used was tri-blend markers. I used aqua blue, okay? And I also used pale pink. If you don't have shimmer brushes, you could use colored pencils. You could use shimmer brushes, or you could use Stickles for the whole thing. So there's lots of choices when coloring, but so I'm going to use, I'm going to start with the light, and I'm going to just start coloring the hat. Oh, my trimmers are bad. That doesn't look dark enough, so I'm going to go to dark. There we go. And I'm going to color in part of the hat. Now on such a small space like this, I'm probably not going to do multi shades, like put the dark and the light together. I'm just going to use one color because there's such a small space. Okay, I'm also going to make his little gown. I don't know what it's called when what a gnome wears. I wouldn't call it a dress, but I don't know what it's called. If anybody knows what it's called, let me know, because I'm kind of curious. Yes, we could do a search. What does a gnome wear? Now these tri-blend markers, these are an awesome thing to buy for yourself when you get a half off item. We have a whole set. It's $189 for, I believe, 24 colors. And we have 2 different sets. And with your half off, you can purchase the markers. And that's a great way to get them. And I tell you, you will love them. You will use them. Not only do I use them for coloring images like this, I use them to color gems. So that they'll match my papers perfectly. So if I wanted to have orange gems, we don't sell orange gems, so I could get an orange tri-blend marker and color a clear gem, or I could color silver gems. So that is fun. Now we're going to use some Stickles. Now the Stickles we're using today is the frosted lace. Okay, and this is a great one to have just a generic because it's just adds a little bit of color. I'm looking and I think I'm missing a color. And I'm going to do his beard with this one. Now Stickles take a little while to dry, so you're going to have to be able to set this aside and let it dry. But it is a really cute effect. Okay. And then I am going to do the birthday cake icing. And I'm using a color actually that we don't sell. It's called grapefruit. And you can get these at other places. And I just love them. So I have like every color that the company has made. They're by Ranger. We only carry a small assortment of colors, and it just wasn't enough for me. But I love how this grapefruit looks on this capri. We're doing it. So now it looks like the cake is iced. And then I'm going to take some black diamond. Okay, black diamond, we do sell that. And I am going to do these little dots. Oh, my trimmers are bad. It's hard for me to do dots today. There we go. Just to accent the dots a little bit. And now we have that finished. And look how cute. Now remember, you need to let it dry. We also have a silver stickle that you could use for the fork that would look really cute. You know, you could really go crazy with this. You probably could use that grapefruit as flesh color and make them a really shiny gnome, but that's all I'm doing on this one today. Set that aside to dry. Okay, our next card is this cute Get Well card. And with the way COVID is right now, it's like all over the freaking place. Everybody's getting it. It's nice to have some Get Well cards to send out. So we're going to make this cute little Get Well card. So we're going to start with a card base. And again, we want the mountain part, the hill part down and the valley up to work on. And we're going to put the black printed paper. This is part of the Sweetest Honey. You can see on the back side, we have the cute little bees. And we're going to go ahead and put that down on our card. And then we're going to take a black pen and we're going to doodle. And remember, to doodle, I like to go in one direction, which is always down. So I'm going to rotate my card so that my line is always going down. For me, that makes it easier to make it somewhat straight, but I don't worry too much about it, to be perfectly honest with you. It looks cute no matter what you do. All right, so then we doodled on that one. Now we're going to get out our little tag here. This is a thin cut that we sell. Very fun. And we're going to doodle around the thin cut. Okay, so I'm going to go. And this time I'm going to put some little dots in it, just to jazz it up. Sometimes 1 dot, sometimes 3 dots. Whatever I feel like, it doesn't really matter. It's just sometimes my dots hit the line. That's okay. So we've doodled around the tag. Then what we're going to do is put this glitter paper. Glitter paper is a great way to accent, especially if you're doing little pieces. And if you get frustrated with that shimmer tape that we use, we have glitter paper in multiple colors. This is an old color, but I thought it went wonderful with this. So we're going to just add a little splash of sugar plum glitter paper there. And then we're going to take our little tag, and we have our little pill bottles. And the first pill bottle we're going to put up at the top, we're just going to use tape runner to put that one on. And we're going to kind of slant it and put it there. And then the next one, we're going to use foam dots or foam tape on to give it a little dimension. So there we go. Pull those backings off. You should see my floor. It's crazy. I just drop things everywhere, and I'm just going to put that over top of the other one. Oops, I covered up the Get Well. There we go. And now I'm going to take my black ribbon and I'm going to fold it in half. Okay. And then I'm going to feed the looped end through the hole. Really wish I didn't have trimmers this morning. I don't really know why I do, but I do. There we go. And then you're going to take the 2 little loose ends and feed them through the loop that you made over here. This isn't very, there we go. There we go. Okay. And then we have, and I'm making mine longer. It extends past the card, but when you put it in the card, you can just fold it in. And then we're going to mount this little tag with the foam tape. So I'm going to do my foam tape. Now, the foam tape does not make it any more expensive to mail this card. It's okay to have a little bit of bulk when you're mailing. So that's not going to change the price of your cards that you mail. So don't ever feel that way. And we're just going to put that on. And now we have our cute little get well card. So we are just moving right along. Okay, our next one is the sloth. The sloth that was out. Had a lot of people say they loved the sloth, wanted to have cards made with the sloth. So here's the first one. I'm going to get out my pieces. Now with this one, what I did is I used colored paper, and I believe this is mink. And I used the mink paper so we wouldn't have to color that sloth in, because sometimes I don't like to color. I mean, I know some of you love coloring with those markers and that, but with my tremors, it's not my favorite. So if I can do something different, I do. Valley up, mountain down, and we're going to start by adhering our nectarine paper that has hang in there already stamped for you. So we're just going to use our tape runner. I love this nectarine color. I'm going to just put it on here. Okay. And then I'm going to take my scissors and I need to dovetail all of my pieces here. So this is another piece from the texture paper pack. This one is the burlap and the, I would call it stucco on the back. And there are a couple of different ways you can dovetail. You can go up, find the center, go up to wherever you want to go to the corner and cut to that spot. Okay, see how? And then go to the other corner and cut to that spot. Okay. And then we're going to do it on the denim and the sandstone. We're going to do it on this long end. And I just like, when I do it, I just kind of go up and then down. I don't get too particular. And then on your glitter shimmer tape, we're just going to do an angle. Okay, just an angle there. See the angle? Can you see it? There you go. It's too hard to do a dovetail there. Okay, and then we also have, don't forget, this is the zip strip. Remember, all our printed papers come with this cute little 1/4 inch border called a zip strip that coordinates with your paper. And on the back side, it always tells you the name of the paper pack and all the coordinating colors, which is nice. So I'm going to put my dovetails down. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of each of them. And I'm going to mount them from the top of the card here. Now I've got to make sure not to cover up, hang in there. So now I'm going to do my blue denim. And now I'm going to add my shimmer tape. And again, we have to take that adhesive backing off. And try peeling it towards you. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's so easy. But until you get the hang of it, it's kind of frustrating. And then I'm going to kind of put it over the edges. There we go. And then my little teeny tiny zip strip, put some adhesive on it. And then I'm going to mount it between those two. All right, so now we have the base of our card. What we need to do now is we need to color in. I did color the branch and the leaves. And again, I used tri-blend markers. I used light green. Okay, and I'm going to actually use the light end and color the entire leaf with the light. And I am going, even though this is a small space, I do want that accent of different colors. So now I'm going to go to the dark end and I'm going to just do up the center of the leaf. And you just get a nice little shading there. Now I'm going to take my brown and I used golden brown shades. And I'm going to use, again, the light side and color it in. And it's best to do small strokes or go in circles. I don't know what my dogs are barking about. And then again, I want to give some dimension. So I'm going to take the dark end and I'm going to trace over these lines. There we go. Show you up close. There we go. You can see some of the difference in coloring. And now we're going to fussy cut this out. Now this stamp set does come with a thin cut that will cut these out. But when I bought mine, they were not in stock yet. They were still on the boat. So unfortunately, you have to fussy cut. But you know what? That's okay. It's not that hard to fussy cut. Remember, when we fussy cut, we're turning our paper, not our scissors. You don't want to move your scissor hand too much. You're just moving the paper. Okay, and there we have our little sloth. Now this one I did not use foam on. I'm just using adhesive. And then I'm mounting it right next to that gold ribbon. There we go. And now we can add the gems that are left from before. So I'm going to put a large gem up here and a small. And then I'm going to put the other small down in this space over here. So see how we made a triangle for your eye. And that is the hang in there. There's our triangle. I guess I had it too high. I'm sorry. Hang in there. So there's that card. Now, the next card in the set is the fairy card. And I did a video yesterday on the fairy card. So I will add that to it. Basically, we just did shimmer splattering on the background and then shimmer brushes on the fairy. And then we layered our pieces. The only piece that's got foam is the fairy. So if you do not know how to do shimmer splattering, you'll want to watch that video and I'll tag it to this set for you. Okay, and then our last one is using heat embossing. Now, sometimes when we have these really big stamps, they look nice with heat embossing because yes, you could color this image in, but I wouldn't want to. Again, I'm just that way. So I will post a video maybe next week on how to heat emboss because I don't have all the stuff out. It's already packed and ready for the card class. But in your kit is already heat embossed this flower background. And this is from the Sweet as Honey collection. Now, you might notice, I'll tell you, when you're working with these big stamps, it's really hard to get a perfect impression. And you'll notice on this card here, there is some details missing out of that flower, really this whole area right here. I'm not sure what caused that. I've tried all different kinds of things, but it really doesn't make that big of a deal when you're doing it. And I'm going to show you a little trick too. So we're going to take our black Sweet as Honey paper and we're just going to add those accents to the top. And add the other one to the bottom. Okay, and now you have your little sentiment. And this also comes with the stamp. And if you get the thin cuts and you get the cute little cutout, which I love, I think these would make great for titles. But what I'm going to do this time is instead of putting the thanking of you down here, I'm going to cover up where I'm missing some of that gold up here. So I'm going to use foam tape. Then nobody's going to know that it didn't print perfectly there because it's going to be covered up. right here. Thinking of you, sweet friend. And it looks fine there or at the bottom, as you can see. So that is that card. So you can see these cards can come together pretty quick this month. Again, I believe I have 5 kits left. If you're interested in it, you can buy it on my storefront and I'll put a link for you. I'm looking forward to February. I already have those planned and I'll start giving sneak peeks of the February cards as soon as card class is over next week. But I hope you have a blessed day and a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye, Heart Crafters.